The event planning campaign is a great tool to use Infusionsoft to try to increase the number of participants that you have at an upcoming event, to encourage them to actually attend once they've registered, and then finally to seek their feedback following the event. This particular campaign was developed for a workshop that we do called Brand Chocolate, How to Make Your Brand Irresistible. But the principles are really applied to any event, and in fact, this particular campaign forms the framework for the event planning campaign that is included within your Quick Start. So there's a couple different ways that a contact can enter into the campaign. They can either fill out a registration form or we can tag them. And the registration form can be either directly on a website or it can be on a landing page. So in this case, the registration form is very simple. This would be embedded into a website, and all we're looking for at this point is just first name, last name, email, company, and we're trying to nurture someone into actually registering. So once we have this particular type of form, then all you need to do is go click on the code page here, and you can either send an email to your webmaster with the code for them to put on your website, or if you're kind of handy with HTML, then you can, or JavaScript, you can copy paste the code that you see here into your website. There's a thank you page that will be automatically generated, and you can add that or add to it as much as you would like. Okay, so now once someone has signed up, this is just they've gone onto the website, then the first thing that we're going to do is apply a tag, and we're flagging them as a possible participant. So the particular tags and how you're structuring your workshop will vary depending on whether you're doing a free workshop or a paid workshop, but in general, these would be the steps. So there's an email that would be sent out automatically as soon as the person signed up, which is basically saying, thanks for registering. I'm excited to have you in the group. Please follow the link to make your payment. So that would take them to a place where they would be able to pay online. It might be on your website. If you have the shopping cart version, the e-commerce version of Infusionsoft, then we can set it up so that they go to the Infusionsoft shopping cart and they check out right away. That way we know for sure that they've paid. Or if you don't have that version and you're using an online tool like Eventbrite to collect payment, then that link could go over to the Eventbrite page. So once they have registered, we're going to assign an owner, and then in this case we're creating a follow-up task to basically go back and make sure that they've paid. Now, if they have come in and they've actually purchased a seat, we know for sure that they are a participant, or we also have a registration and payment form that we've created here where we can highlight whether they've paid full price, paid discounted price, whether you've comped them a ticket, or if you want to stop any further email communication with them. And this is a form like all the other forms within Infusionsoft that you can pull up from within the contact record in order to flag them. And once you do that, the tags will be automatically applied. So then we go into the attendance sequence. So this sequence is for the people who have registered, and now what we really want to do is make sure that they show up. So we have the thank you for registering, the information on where the workshop is, and if you have any questions, here's the number to call. So this is something they can keep on file in case they have any questions. We want to remind them again as we're coming up to the workshop, and now we're going to tell them, that the workshop is a week from today. Here's a reminder. In this case, whatever policies that you might have, we have your seats transferable but not refundable, where it's going to be held, that type of thing. And then we go to the third email confirmation, which is just the final logistics, the workshops tomorrow, and final reminder information. Now, if you find that sending emails is not enough to actually get people to show up to your event, and you feel like it would be helpful to send them text messages, then there is an add-on that you can get for Infusionsoft. There's a couple different ones that are out there. like Fix Your Funnel is a good one, for example. And this allows you to actually incorporate SMS messages into your steps in the campaign. So somebody could receive a text message reminder. And this is helpful when you find that your contacts are not necessarily reading all of their emails. So now that they've actually attended the seminar, we want to invite them to fill out a very quick survey with their feedback. So we're going to wait until the day after the event, and we're going to send them a quick little note that says, "So glad you were able to participate. Hope you found it to be valuable. Please take a moment and answer 2 questions at the link below." We really want to keep the surveys brief, otherwise there's a pretty good chance that people won't respond. So then we can create this landing page, which is the workshop feedback form. I'll take you into that, and you can make it as customized as you want. You can change the colors, and this is basically an HTML page, so you can get your web developer to go crazy with it if you want. And so in this case, we've just asked them for, on a scale of 1 to 5, please rate the overall value of the workshop, add your comments, what improvements do you think we should make to the workshop, add your comments. And that is pretty much it. Again, we have a thank you page that is very simple, and we've added the option to, in this case, call me directly if someone has any questions or concerns that they would like to discuss following the workshop. And once again, you have the code that, in this case, this is the landing page URL. So if I click on this link, it's going to take me directly to the landing page that we created, and I'll show you what that looks like. So basically, very simple, and it is adaptive, so it's a mobile-friendly page. Now, let me take you back to the campaign here. There may be some people who, despite all of your reminders, are no-shows. So if they're no-shows, then we're going to just flag them as their prospect for next month. And what we want to do is use that to pull them out of the campaign so that they're not going to receive the invitation to fill out a survey for a workshop they didn't attend. Now, we want to provide a different response to participants who gave positive feedback versus negative feedback. So if they gave positive feedback, then we'd like to ask them for a referral and a testimonial. So if they've rated us, in this case, a 4 or a 5 being the highest score, then we say, great, thanks for your positive feedback. If you're a current Yelper, click here to review, or share your thoughts on our Facebook page. You can have them review you on Google, wherever you feel online would be a good place to collect those reviews. And then we also mentioned that our business functions mostly through referral, and it would be great if you could share this with your friends. So we're asking them for that feedback. And this is specific for the workshop. When we get into the overall client feedback survey for your company as a whole, there's another campaign that we use that's similar to this one, but I'll take you through that in a different video that shows you how to or shows you what happens when somebody gives you a different response on a 1 to 10 rating, which is your Net Promoter Score. Now, if they give you negative feedback, we want to try to catch them before they feel inclined to post a negative review. So what we're going to do instead is we send them out a note that says, "I'm so sorry you didn't receive value for your business. Could we chat for 10 minutes? And then we don't want to leave it at just having them respond. We want to create a task that's going to say, please call this person and follow up. They weren't happy with the workshop. So that's basically the flow that you follow if someone has responded on the website once they've attended the workshop. But now what we want to do is we want to try to encourage new people to attend the workshop. So anyone who is tagged, in this case with the workshop prospect tag, is going to go into this sequence. And what happens here is, first of all, they'll receive an initial invitation. And that initial invitation to the workshop will contain, all the value points of what you'll get out of the workshop, the overview of what will be covered in the workshop. And then what we want to do is, because we'll be sending multiple emails to people, we don't want them to feel like they should opt out of our list in order to stop the emails just because they're not interested in the workshop. So our little trick to do that is to give them a way to opt out of the campaign without opting out of our list entirely. So if they're interested, on a positive side, they can click on this link and find more information. It'll take them to a brand chocolate page on the workshop. If they're interested but the timing won't work, then they will click on this link, which lets us know that they're a prospect for next month or the next time that we're holding the workshop. And if they're not interested in the topic, then if they click here, they will be removed from the campaign, but not from our list, so that we can market to them again in the future. We're going to wait another 3 days, and assuming that they haven't opted out, then we're going to send them a reminder email. And the reminder email will be just checking in. A few days ago, I sent you an invitation. Once again, here's the benefits. Maybe you missed it. And again, giving them the opportunity to either find out more, tell us that the timing won't work, but they are interested in the topic, or that they're not interested in the topic at all. And then what we do is, over here, we're going to start to run a sequence of countdown emails. So we may have a special early registration fee for people, and so we let them know that, in this case, the last day to register and receive our discount and save 55% is coming up, and so we can try to encourage people to register early. And then we have a further countdown. Now we have the last day to register at all, and they'll receive an email that's the countdown that the workshop is taking place, and again, where they can register, or how to opt out of the sequence. So once we've sent that, then you'll see here, as I mentioned in the email, that we have ways to get people out of this particular sequence. So depending on what they click on, we have, I'll show you how this works, these little tags here that we can bring up the emails that we send, and depending on the link that someone clicks, we can do different things. So in this case, if somebody clicks because they don't want to be bugged about the topic, then we can basically say that, I'm actually going to uncheck that because I don't want them to be there, but we can basically tag them to be pulled out of the campaign. So as you can see, what we're basically saying here is, if they check this box, the interested but the timing won't work, then they're going to go into the interested but the timing won't work, and we're going to add the tag for later. So what happens here is we're applying a tag that basically says, you're a prospect for next month, stop sending any more emails or contact requests for this month. And then similarly, if they're not interested at all, then we're going to stop the sequence entirely, and we're removing the tag that said that they were a prospect, because now we feel that they aren't, and we're stopping the sequences. And then over here, if they're not interested, then what we're going to do is, this is the I don't want to be bugged again. So that's going to go up there into the not interested sequence. So you see, we've got 2 ways to get them into the remove them and they're not interested. We can either apply the tag, or they can click on the link. So that allows you the flexibility to pull somebody out of a campaign yourself. And then similarly, if they click on I want more information, then they're clicking over here. They clicked on the find out more link, and you can see, by the way, that we're selecting that same link for the different emails that are sent out. So that's all done together within this same step. And then we're going to apply the tag that says that they check for more info, because that may tell us something. We may want to follow up in another way with those particular candidates. So that's basically the event management campaign. And what's really kind of cool is, if you go up here to campaign, the drop down, we can make a copy. So when you make a copy of that campaign, now the next workshop series that you're running, if let's say it's a different topic, you'll be able to start with this already built out, and you can edit the content, and you may want to change the tags as well to make them specific to that workshop, but at least you can kind of flip back and forth between this one and the other one to see how it was constructed, so you'll be able to create your subsequent campaigns.